The Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game has over 10,000 unique cards for players to collect, trade, and construct their own personal decks. But what would happen if players only had access to the bare minimum? In this series, both the TheRJB0 and myself will each open a very select amount of sealed product. Once we open that product, we must build a deck using only those specific cards pulled, that's it. And at the end of each episode, we discard the entirety of our pulls to the graveyard and start from scratch with a new product. Every card counts. This is Yu-Gi-Oh! Sealed Showdown. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code CIMOOOOO5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content. All right, ladies and gentlemen, the time has come once again for the collector's tins. This time we are on 2009, and oh boy, do you guys have something to look forward to. So the 2009 tins came in 3 separate waves, if you will. So there's the wave 1 here that each come with 2 Ancient Prophecy packs, 2 Crimson Crisis packs, a Raging Battle pack, and a Power Tool Dragon and Ancient Fairy Dragon, respectively. Wave 2 came with 2 Stardust Overdrive, an Ancient Prophecy, Raging Battle, Crimson Crisis, then either Majestic Star Dragon or one of the Earthbound Immortals. Then the Collector Tins exclusive 2009 each came with 2 Ancient Prophecy, a Raging Battle, Crimson Crisis, and a Crossroads of Chaos, and one of 4 promos being Elfin the Raven, another Earthbound Immortal, or rather 2 of them, and XX Saber Gotham. So we have in the neighborhood of 40-ish packs to open. There's tons of synchros on the table, so let's get to cracking. Looks like we're going alphabetically here. So Ancient Prophecy, I think there's the most of this than anything else. 14 packs, that's actually quite a bit. So first pack, let's flip it up, see what we get. There are some interesting cards in here, but it depends on what else we pull. Like Fossil Dig and Rekindling are crazy, but we actually need targets for them. Solidarity is quite good, but I don't think it's good in sealed when we can't really play a mono type deck. I think Fishborg Blaster is probably the only playable thing in here for the most part, but we'll have to see.
It is hot here in Portland, Oregon. But you know what isn't hot? My win record recently. What has been going on? I've been playing all these cool strategies with big, high roll monsters and cards that brick all the time. But that can't be the problem, right? Absolutely not. So we're just going to forge right ahead into this week's episode, which is the 09 tins, and this one is going to be wild. All the tin episodes are fantastic. This one contains a strange and wonderful lineup of packs and promos. So without further ado, let's dig into it. Starting off with Crossroads of Chaos, a pack that was not kind to us in the episode, but has some of my absolute favorite cards in the world. Let's open up. A Gigantic Cephalotus is not bad. 1850 is a good stat line in an episode where the standard stat line is going to be 1800, and Mad Archfiend is an 1800 itself. Morph Transition is a card to look out for because Morphtronics are potentially very strong since we already get a promo Power Tool Dragon in this set.
Oh, this is actually quite good. We did not get access to Full Helm Knight in the episode for Ancient Prophecy, and I believe RJ did, and this card was actually quite annoying. Armored Axon Kicker is also pretty good, as well as Hydro Barrier, 1900 Defender. Spirit Burner is quite good because it is like sort of removal sometimes, and then also another Armored Axon Kicker is like an okay beater. I think there's better beaters, but like this is an okay one.
Iron Chain Repairman is really good if we get it in multiples with the Iron Chain Tuner. I don't know if we are going to be getting that, but this card could be strong for summoning 7s. Jade Knight is very strong even if it can't search for Morphtronic Radion, and Botanical Girl is a pretty good searcher for our potential plant lineup. Plant Food Chain also good if we get a big plant monster. We'll see if that comes up. Show us one of those rare synchros. Morphtronic Accelerator's not bad as a rare. We are potentially going to be running a lot of Morphtronics depending on what we get out of Raging Battle, and a Jade Knight is not bad. There are certainly search targets for this, even if those search targets are only Jade Knight. Miracle Fertilizer is certainly one to consider. We have some decent plants to work with, including Gigantic Cephalotus and Nettles, but I'm not sure if this card is consistent enough for us to run it. Psychic Jumper, also a potentially good card depending on our Psychic lineup, which there may be a few of. Also, we've been getting a few Morphtronic Self-On. If our Raging Battle pulls are good enough when it comes to Morphtronics, I could see myself running 3 copies of this guy.
I can't believe we just pulled 3 Solidarity in 14 packs. Like, if this was actually a good rare, I'd be a lot more excited to see this. But another Spirit Burner I am happy to see. I think that's 3 Axon Kickers in 4 packs too. But at least this is a common. Well, you know what? I guess if we didn't have enough access to Earthbound Immortals, there we go. So there's our first holo. Probably not playing this, but still very funny. Feign the Steel Chain is like an okay card, but like it's sort of iffy. Turbo Rocket's also not really that great.
Yo, Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode. I'll take it. Let's see if we can get the Assault Mode cards to go with it. Because if we can, summoning a Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode would be the sickest thing we've ever done in this series. Flip Flop Frog, also a very strong card to get. Descending Lost Star is also a card I can see us running depending on the circumstances. Twilight Rose Knight is a level 3 tuner, not really sure what else it provides us, but Dupe Frog is a really strong card for us to get. I do hope to see 3 copies of this card and the requisite equivalent flip-flop frogs. We have 8 packs to go. I am hoping to see some cards in the common slot that I haven't yet, like Sirocco, like our Assault Mode Activate's gonna be kind of important.
Shiny Black Sea might be side deck worthy just because if Synchros are the name of the game, this does technically stop Robert from wanting to make a Synchro, so I think that's okay. Genetic Woman's also not terrible either. I really didn't get to try out Depth Amulet in the Ancient Prophecy episode, but I think this card's actually quite good, and Brain Research Lab as well to pair with the Psychic strategy isn't the worst either.
Gale the Whirlwind, there it is. The best rare in the set. Gale is extremely strong. It would be crazy if we could get 2 of these, but 1 is good for me. Dupe Frog, also very strong. That is our second Dupe Frog and our second Flip Flop Frog. And our first half or nothing. I would like to see 3 copies of this card if possible. There's a third Dupe Frog, so I am full up on Dupe Frogs. I've also got a few Alien Overlords. I don't know if those are going to be our best Tribute Summon option, but they are a Tribute Summon option, which will be super important. We've also got 3 Assault Mercenary, I believe, which is a pretty good card. It has the 1800 stat line that will be the standard for this episode. I wish we would have been getting some Assault Beasts to go with it, but that's all right. We still have a few packs to go, and I'm also still looking for those Assault Mode activates. Black Salvo as a level 3. This is cool because if I am running the Trap Reactor, this is a 1-card Power Tool Dragon, which can't be a bad thing. Crosssword Beetle also has the 1800 stat line. Morphtronic Slingen is a Morphtronic, and we are looking for a critical mass of those. Psychic Tuning is a card for psychic monsters. Reviving them from the graveyard could be good. If we get more than 1 of this, I will consider running it with some psychics to go with.
Oh, and there's another Ultra, Quakimeru Gravirose. If we want to go down the Quakimeru strat, we could play this. This is actually definitely one of the better ones for sure. But the rest of this pack, not too great. Mistral's okay. It's an 1800 defender and it's a tuner, so that could be quite relevant. Sunlight Unicorn's good for searching for the Spirit Burner, I believe. Armed Sea Hunter's an 1800 as well. I think there's our second Quakimeru Speeder too. Reinforced Truth is a card we pulled in Ancient Prophecy, and I don't believe we had a target for it, so hopefully this time around we do. Fairy Wind is quite good though.
A second Twilight Rose Knight is a bizarre one, but Sirocco is very good. I would like to see 2 copies of that at least. Another Flip Flop Frog is great. I'm full up on those, which is fantastic. And this other Psychic Tuning is a really interesting one to be considering when it comes to our Psychic lineup, which I expect to be at least fair to middling. Next pack of Crimson Crisis. This set has been wild so far, and I hope that that continues with Code Ancient Ruins. I don't know if this is going to be very good with the alien lineup that we have available to us, but I'm certainly not going to look a gift horse in the mouth when it comes to a super rare. Crosssword Beetle is pretty good though, and so is Bora the Spear. I am looking for a critical mass of Blackwings before we hit Raging Battle, and Bora is not bad. If we can get another one of those and another Sirocco, I'm going to be extremely happy. 2 more packs left of Crimson Crisis. This one has been wild for us so far, and I hope we can keep that up with a Blackwing Armor Master. Let's go! One of the best cards out of the set. Armor Master is absolute absurdity. It is going to take Flip Flop Frog almost exactly in order to out this card, and we have the monsters to facilitate it with a Blackwing tuner in Gale and potentially another Blackwing tuner in Blizzard when we get to Raging Battle. This card is so phenomenally strong. Debris Dragon, also a pretty good 2000 defender. I'm not sure what we've got in the way of monsters that we can summon off of it, but I'm going to be looking out for that for sure.
That's our first Slip of Fortune. This is like a weird sort of removal card that like protects our cards, but also like re-triggers once per turn effect. So we might play this. Another Armed Sea Hunter, Shining Black Sea, and Quackimero Tornado. Getting a lot of Quackimeros this time. I think that rounds out our Armed Sea Hunter playset, so that's not the worst. Mistral, another one of those isn't too bad either. Another Slip of Fortune. You know, this is pretty good.
All right, just a couple packs left in Crimson Crisis. It's been an unbelievably strong set so far. I couldn't ask for any more, but you know, I wouldn't say no to more. And Scanner is not the super rare that we're looking for, but, you know, I'll take it. And another Sirocco is great. I now have 2 Sirocco, 1 Bora, 1 Gale. If we could get a second Gale to go with all this is going to be a phenomenal Blackwing lineup to start with. And there's an Assault Mode activate. I haven't been keeping track of when we've been getting those and when we haven't, but if we get another one, if we get to 3, I'm certainly going to be considering the Assault Mode lineup, given the monsters that we have for Synchro summons so far. Last pack of Crimson Crisis, I'm starting to see a real strategy come about. What can we get in the close here for this pack? Shining Silver Force is not what we're looking for, but there's another Assault Mode activate, which makes that strategy at least potentially usable. I'm not sure if we've seen the trap reactors to make our Black Salvo live. But I have been looking out for those, and even if it's just a level 3 tuner, that may be good enough. Crimson Crisis has been absolutely nuts for us. I can't wait to see what we get out of Raging Battle.
All right, last pack of Ancient Prophecy. Anything worth discussing here? Doesn't really look like it. I think we have all of this already. Next up is Crimson Crisis. Let's see if we can keep the good luck going. 10 packs of Crimson Crisis coming right up. Planet Pollutant Virus is insane. I'm going to have to see if there's a way we can integrate this into our deck. Assault Mercenaries 1800, Crossword Beetles 1800. These cards are actually okay to start.
All right, pack 1 of Raging Battle. This set could solidify our Blackwing strategy to be the strongest thing in this set. Let's start off with pack number 1. We don't have a single Blackwing in here. What we do have is, wow, really Jackal. Vanguard of the Dragon is potentially good depending on the rest of our Dragon lineup, of which there are a few. Emissary from the Pandemonium is kind of a wild card, though. Definitely going to be looking into that one. Okay, pack number 1 was a little anticlimactic, but pack number 2, maybe something? Grave of the Super Ancient Organism is certainly something. I'm not sure what kind of something, but I'm certainly not going to turn it down, what with the Synchro lineup that we may be able to get in this set. Morphtronic Videon is also really strong. We do want to be seeing a critical mass of those Morphtronic monsters to be able to make maximum use of our Power Tool Dragon. Pack number 3 of Raging Battle. Again, we're really looking for some Blackwing stuff, and we're going to get... That is a Blackwing card! Ask and ye shall receive, I guess. Trapstone and Miracle Locus, unironically, are also extremely powerful cards to work with, and Double Tool C&D is a card that works with Morphtronics and with our Power Tool Dragon that we get for free in this set. Not terrible as a pack overall. I'm hoping to see some of the main deck Blackwings, though.
Another Crossword Beetle. If we do actually end up getting Verdant Sanctuary, I think, or might be another card, then this might be worth playing, but I think it's 1800 just by itself is worth playing anyway. Telekinetic Power Well is actually insane, but there's like no Psychics in Crimson Crisis, so we might actually be able to play this if we actually have Psychics. Another Assault Mercenary is pretty good as well. Flip-Flop Frog is like sort of removal. Assault Mode activates quite funny as well, but I think that's all from this pack.
All right, we're halfway through Raging Battle now. Let's see if we can close it out, if we can turn the second half into the Blackwing half. Overwhelm is a weird super rare. Blackwing Collude the Moonshadow, though, however, is a card that we want. What the hell does Overwhelm do? Activate only while you control a face-up level 7 or higher monster that was tribute. So negate the activation of a trap or monster's effect and destroy that card. Unfortunately, some of the best cards in this set are spells, so I'm not sure if this card is going to do what we want it to do, but I'm going to be looking out for it. All right, pack 5 out of 8. Let's see what comes up for us. There's Brain Golem, which was instrumental in the Raging Battle episode, and a second Collude. Not bad at all.
Okay, it is Crimson Crisis, and we do have access to Blackwings. This is the only shot we're going to be able to play like a full cohesive Blackwing deck. There is Sirocco, so we'll take it. We've got 6 more packs to go. I'd like to see more Siroccos and more Boras, because Raging Battle gives us the Shuras and the Colutes. Ask and you shall receive. 1 Bora down. I think that's our 3rd Cross Sword Beetle as well. That's pretty good. Half or Nothing is a fantastic battle trap, so I'm happy to see this. Another Crossroad Beetle. Star Blast, though, is actually fantastic because we're going to have good tributes because we have multiple sets to go through. So we're probably going to main deck this for sure this time.
All right, a few more packs left of Raging Battle. Raging Battle and Crimson Crisis were both very good to us so far. Let's keep that up. Another Elfin the Raven. This may not be something you know, but this is a promo that we get in this set. So having 2 Elfin, I'm not saying that it's going to be great, but it could be good. Who knows? This is what I get for asking for Blackwing stuff, isn't it? I've got to be more specific than main deck Blackwing stuff. How about Black Whirlwind and Shure? Let's ask for Black Whirlwind and Shure and see if that does it for us. Pack 7, there's a third Kalute. Okay, we have to run Blackwings, if only for the fact that we have triple Kalute. Another Morphtronic Videon is pretty good. Mermaid Archer is interesting, although not as good because of our level 3 and lower water lineup so far. We have really good ones in Ancient Prophecy to look out for, so if we get things like Hydro Barrier in there, this card will potentially be extremely strong, but in the meantime, not ideal. All right, pack number 8. Show me Whirlwind Shura. Not Whirlwind Shura. Okay, what do we got? Another Mermaid Archer is okay, and another Videon is also potentially strong. We have a lot of good equip spells in this set, so Morphtronic Videon has a place. Really crazy in terms of the synchros I've gotten, but as far as the actual Blackwing monsters, I probably can't complain about that many Kalutes.
The good old in motto returns. I don't believe we have Wall of Thorns, so we're not going to be mirror forcing Robert anytime soon, but that was a great time in Crimson Crisis for sure. I think that's our first Desert Protector. I don't think we got any Verdant Sanctuary, though, or whatever the card is I'm thinking of, so it may not even matter. I think we have full playset of Crossroad Beetle. Another Assault Mercenary, so we're pretty good on 1800s, and Duprog's a 2k defender, so we've got that sorted out for the most part. Last pack of Crimson Crisis, anything good in here? I think that's our third Duprog, maybe second. Alien Overlord, I think we have better tributes this time around, so I think we're going to pass on him. But next up is Crossroads of Chaos. I'm really curious to see what Raging Battle is going to hold as well.
Moving on to Ancient Prophecy. This pack was very good to us in the episode, and I'm really hoping that we can get something weird and wonderful out of it like we did before. Starting with Psychic Emperor is a very strong one. Psychic Emperor is good because it is a 6 with 2400 attack points. It works well with the psychic stuff that we have already, if I remember correctly. Release Restraint Wave is also a pretty powerful card because it's so easy to search for equip spells in this episode. Pack number 2 of Ancient Prophecy, there's a double X-Saber Full Helm Knight. Again, a very strong card in this set where level 7 synchros are a real desire for us. So a card that can survive a turn and then turn into a synchro is very strong potentially, and Slip of Fortune is a very good battle trap. So I'm very glad to have this pack. Pack 3 of Ancient Prophecy, Archfiend Zombie Skull. No shot we can play that, but it's a very funny one. X-Saber Full Helm Knight, another copy of this is great. Spirit Burner is also a card we're going to be looking out for because this is our main, like, removal spell for the set. Flamvel Commando. Tell me this card can be special summoned off Rekindling. This card cannot be special summoned. Armored Axon Kicker, though, is a very good card, so I'm glad to see that one. Pack number 5, Pseudospace, not great in the rare slot, but Slip of Fortune is one of the best commons we could get alongside Fairy Wind. Not sure how relevant Fairy Wind is going to be, other than the fact that it's good against equip spells. We'll see what Alex has in his lineup. Armed Sea Hunter, also a genuinely good card, considering the level 3 and lower lineup that we have when it comes to waters. Again, we are going to be looking for copies of Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier in order to supplement this.
All right, only 4 packs of Crossroads, so not too much to go through here, but oh my god, I think Stormcaller is actually pretty insane, so I'm happy to see this. Psychic Jumper's okay, as well as Power Injector. Copy Plant's pretty decent too. We have that Telekinetic Power Well, so leaning into Psychics actually isn't a terrible idea. Oh, Prideful Roar is maybe like one of the best cards we could have pulled, period. That's insane, as well as Goes in Match. Cursed Fate can shut off back row. Seed of Deception is a way for us to just get to like tribute monsters faster. Card rotators like Sword of Removal and Botanical Girl as well. This pack is actually cracked. Super rare Urgent Tuning. I'm not really sure how good this is because I'm not sure how frequently we can go into synchros, but this isn't too bad. Another Seed of Deception. Pollinosis is quite funny. Another Copy Plant and Psychic Jumper. We've got some stuff to work with. Let's see what we get in the last pack of Crossroads. Hopefully it's something good. Doesn't look too great. Cephalotus is okay. Teleport's also fine, but I think our other packs were a little bit better. But next up is Raging Battle. I think this one's going to determine a lot.
My Signer powers continue. Double X Saber Gotems. We have a lot of 6s. I'm not sure how many of those 6s are Earth. We do have a lot of level 3 tuners, and Double X Saber Gotems only requires 2 material minimum. I think we could potentially summon this card, and this one's going to be tough to out if we get it out. Battle of the Elements, also a strong one. Sunlight Unicorn is good just because it basically searches for our equip spells. And there's another Blackwing tuner too, Mistral the Silver Shield. I don't know what we're going to get in the way of Blackwing non-tuners. That's the thing that we're running the lowest on. But a level 2 1800 defense tuner could be strong with Armed Wing in the format. Pack number 7, Core Reinforcement as the rare, Rekindling as a common. If we see some Flamvel Fire Dogs, I'll certainly consider this card. Another Mistral is not bad though. Again, our Blackwing lineup is okay as long as we are maxing out on them where it's efficient. And remember, if Blackwing Mistral survives a turn, it is a target to allow us to summon Elfin the Raven, which is not terrible.
All right, so we've got 8 packs of Raging Battle to go through here. Let's see what we get in our first pack. Some Quakimeru, Hedgeguard's 2100, which is pretty nice. Miracle Locust is also a battle trick. And Vidion is pretty good if we get Power Tool C and D. 1-for-1's nice, but I'm not sure if we have any good targets to go with it. Junkbox pretty good if we have some Morphtronics to play with. Wicked Rebirth is okay if our Synchro package is decent enough, but it seems like that's it for this one. Another Miracle Locust, that's pretty good for the battle trick department. Another Vidion as well, but no Power Tool C and D. The good old Spine Gilman if we pull Deep Sea Diva, but haven't seen anything else for that yet. There's Black Whirlwind, but we haven't seen any Shuras or Kalutes yet. Another Hedgeguard though, not too upset to see that. Another Junkbox as well. This pack's okay.
We're about halfway through our Ancient Prophecy, and we've been getting a really interesting lineup. Our deck really seems to be coming together around our Blackwing Synchros and our Double X Saber Gotem synchro. Another Full Helm Knight is extremely strong. This Kawakimeru is not the ideal ultra, but I'm not going to turn down a third Full Helm Knight. Again, card very good because of its synergy with our synchro lineup, especially because we also have access to things like Armored Axon Kicker that are just big earth monsters. Pack number 9, keep the hits coming for us. Sauropod Brachion is a really interesting card because it's hard to out. If we are potentially going to be looking at a stall strategy, I can see it working, but Flip-Flop Frog is a common, so the chances that Alex gets at least 1 copy of that really reduces the premium on Sauropod. That is, however, our third Mistral, which I'm certainly not going to say no to.
Second Black Whirlwind would be pretty nice if we actually had some Blackwings to pair with it. Motronic Scopin is actually pretty good because this with Vidion, I believe, makes Power Tool, but we haven't gotten a single C&D, which kind of sucks. Excellent. Brain Golem is maybe the best one tribute out of all of these packs, so I'm happy to see this. Quakimeru Guardian, this is the first one of these that we've seen. I've got a decent Quakimeru package, and if we could get like a couple more of these in the last couple of packs, I'd be really happy.
4 more packs of Ancient Prophecy. I'm not really sure what else we're looking for here other than maybe Kawakimeru Hydro Barriers and maybe some more Synchros? There's a Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier. Ask and you shall receive. This is a great card as a defense position monster. Lets us go for tribute summons, most of which are very good for us. Armed Sea Hunter is another good card. All right, we have 3 packs left. I did realize that the thing that we really want out of this set is Flamvel Fire Dog. If we can get a few copies of that in the close, I'm going to be a very happy camper. There's Falchion Beta. That is not a Flamvel Fire Dog. Blackwing Feign the Steel Chain, however, is a Blackwing monster that can accomplish some things, potentially. 2 packs left of Ancient Prophecy. What crazy stuff can we close out with? One with the Sword is actually genuinely good with our X-Saber lineup. This is a card I am not sad to be seeing. Another Hydro Barrier is also great. Again, 1900 defense is great, and a level 3 or lower water monster is good. Pack 13, we get a Fortune Lady Fire as the rare, but a third Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier is extremely strong. It is difficult to summon a monster big enough to break the defense of this card without tribute summoning, and we have a number of ways to punish a tribute summon. Battle of the Elements, also an extremely strong card.
Well, there we go. That's 2 Quakimeru Guardians. Evil Thorn's pretty good for the 1-for-1 strap, but I think that's the first one of those that we've pulled. And Junkbox is okay as well if we have some decent Morphtronics running around. Let's see what's in our last pack. Third Quakimeru Guardian, please. We didn't get that, but we did get Master Gig, which we did play in the Raging Battle episode, and this card is actually crazy, so I think we'll play it again. We did get Diva, but we don't have... I'd have to check our Synchro package to see if this is worth it. First copy of Shure, so Black Wings are kind of meh. Another Hedgeguard, though, is an okay defender. Last up, I believe, is Stardust Overdrive. Only a few packs of this one, so let's hope for the best. 4 packs of Stardust Overdrive. Flip up pack number 1, and this pack is okay. Toon Magician and Gemini Spark is sort of a combo, if you'd like to call it that. Oshellion's okay as well, but we need some more like reptiles to go with this.
Last pack of Ancient Prophecy. Can we get something nuts in the close? An Arcanonite Joker is just pure copium. Aegis the Ocean Dragon Lord is a potentially good card if we get that critical mass of level 3 and lower water monsters, which I'm not 100% convinced we will have done. Ancient Prophecy and Raging Battle were not terribly interesting for us. We got the bread and butter. I just remembered that I got double X Saber Golems. I'm gonna shut up. Let's open Stardust Overdrive, which has some of the potentially craziest cards for us to pull. Jin Presider of Rituals is an 1800, so I'm not going to say no to that. Level Eater is a potentially interesting card. Reptilian Spawn is really, really good if we get a critical mass of normal summonable Reptilians, because it gives us not only Synchro material, but also Tribute Fodder. Reptilian Viper is a Reptilian itself, and also searchable off Oshelion if we get one of those. Pack number 2, we've got another Reptilian Spawn, and of course I would get the Spider token. Why wouldn't I? Kawakimeru Sea Panther, though, is a potentially strong card. It is a 1900 attacker. It requires us to have water monsters in the hand, but who knows? Infernity Necromancer is a great defender, though. 2 packs left in our opening. What can we get here? Zero Gardna is a card we're not going to be running. Quick Draw Synchron, however, is a card we may run just as tribute fodder. Oshelion can get us to our Reptilian Viper, but I'm not 100% certain if we're going to try. Last pack of the opening. Can we close on something crazy? Kawakimeru Maximus. Oh, you know I'm tempted by this thing. This card cannot be normal summoned or set. This card can only be special summoned by removing from play 1 Iron Core of Kawakimeru from your hand. During each of your standby phases, destroy this card unless you send 1 Iron Core of Kawakimeru or 1 Kawakimeru monster from your hand or graveyard. Once per turn during your main phase, you can select and destroy 1 card your opponent. I'm definitely going to be thinking about it. Let's get into the deck build.
Molting Escape, again, another card for reptiles, but I think we need more than 4 packs of Overdrive to be able to go with this. Limit Impulse is actually okay, though, because we can actually like use this just to get like Master Gig out onto the field. We use this in Stardust Overdrive, and even though it's a huge minus, this card I believe is actually quite good. Second Gemini Spark and a second Toon Magician. That is technically removal, even though it does come at like a weird sort of like exchange of card economy. Reptilian Medusa is okay as well. Last pack, though, I believe this is it before we have to get to deck building. Let's see what's in it. Looks like it was Jin, Releaser of Rituals. Reptilian Scylla is okay. Molten Escape. A Point of the Red Lotus is probably not good enough for Sealed. And Stygian Dirge is very funny if we want to stop Robert and I from getting into synchros, maybe after we've already established one, because there isn't a lot of spell and trap removal. So that may go in the side deck at the very least. Looking at what we got, it's really hard to comprehend like what's good and what's bad, but I've got some ideas, so let's get to building.
Oh boy, am I looking forward to this one, folks. This looks like such a fun deck. Today I am playing Blackwing, Psychic, Frogs. Listen, I didn't get a coherent strategy, but what I did get is some really, really cool interaction. Let's get into the card by card. We start off with our double Blackwing Elfin the Raven. Very excited to see this card. Is very good if we get a Blackwing to stick around, because not only does it have 2200 attack and is free if that's the case, but it can also switch the battle position of a monster on the field. With 2200 attack, that means that it can beat over Ancient Fairy Dragon, which is extremely powerful. Next, we have our 1 Gale, because it's Gale. We've got 3 Kalute the Damage Step Master itself. We've got 2 Mistral the Silver Shield. This card has a couple of advantages to it, namely, it's easy to keep on the field because of its defense and the fact that it is a level 2 tuner, which allows us to go into both level 8 and level 7 synchros depending on what we have. It can also help us get into Armed Wing if we're really down bad for a 2300. Next, we have our 2 Sirocco and we have 1 Bora. This is our entire Blackwing lineup, sans the 1 Mistral that I have in the side deck, and I think 1 Fane that I've decided not to run. Next, we have our Psychics, double Armored Axon Kicker and 1 Psychic Emperor. These cards are individually extremely powerful, but also revivable with Psychic Tuning. An incredibly powerful card in and of itself. It is effectively Call of the Haunted, and the fact that it brings it back as a tuner is actually kind of cool, because a 6 and a 2 makes an 8 if I decide to go for the assault mode in the side deck. And even though it is a tuner, if I want to go into Gotham's with a level 3, Gotham's doesn't require the second material to be a non-tuner, so it doesn't matter that we're bringing back an Armored Axon Kicker as a tuner, since we are going to be synchroing into Gotham's anyway with it. Next we have our Frog engine, triple Dupe Frog, triple Flip Flop Frog. Such a good engine for us to have picked up at common. These cards are incredibly strong. Next we have one Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier. It is a defender and it deals with 1900 attack monsters, something my deck has a little bit of difficulty with. Next, one Mermaid Archer. Mermaid Archer can turn any level 3 into 800 attack and protection. That means that if I have a Dupe Frog lying around on the field, this card can turn into a 2000 attacker, and if it would be destroyed, I can prevent it from being destroyed and get a search off of the Dupe Frog as well. I think this card is fairly good. I have another one in the side deck because I think it, while it's good after the first couple of turns, it's a little bit less good because I expect we're going to be dealing with much larger monsters. Next, we have our two main attackers, Kawakimeru Sea Panther and Armed Sea Hunter. They're just big guys, and that's their whole purpose for being there. Next, we have two XX Saber Full Helm Knight. This provides a couple of things for us. First, it's easy synchro material into an Ancient Fairy Dragon if we really need that. And second, it's a way for us to get into Gotham's. It also helps us get into Tribute Summons as long as it can survive a turn. Next, we have one Hedge Guard for a similar reason. I also didn't get many good spell and trap cards. Most of the battle traps I got at either 1 or 0, so it's good to have a monster that can provide effectively the same advantage to me. One Spirit Burner because it's a very good card. One Water Hazard because it lets me special summon my water monsters, which is great for synchro summoning and also for tribute summoning. Next, we have Double Battle of the Elements. This card proved invaluable in the episode. We have one Half or Nothing because I got it, one Miracle Locust for damage tip tricks, one Psychic Tuning because it's Call of the Haunted, double Slip of Fortune, one Trap Stun. Wish I got more of this card. The traps in this set are going to be a real problem. And one Wicked Rebirth, which lets me bring back my synchro monsters. Not only is that very strong because they're synchro monsters, but also it means if I do choose to go into Assault Mode Activate or Majestic Dragon, I have the ability to bring back the synchro even if it gets destroyed before I get to do that. Moving on to the side deck, we obviously have the one Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode, one Majestic Dragon, and double Assault Mode Activate. I'm getting my Majestic Dragon as my free card for having a Majestic Star Dragon, and Red Dragon Archfiend Assault Mode is an incredibly powerful card. Unfortunately, with only 2 Assault Mode Activate, there's a good chance that it's pretty bricky, and I really need to be working toward a win, and we all know how bricks have been going for me recently. Next, we have Triple a Major Upset. This is specifically to deal with Double Tool C and D. It's very difficult to get rid of a Power Tool Dragon equipped with Double Tool C and D in my deck in general. It is going to be hard to run it over by battle, and even if you do, it's going to destroy the monster that did so. If we use a Major Upset with one of our frogs, that takes care of it. We next have 2 Fairy Wind, depending on the equip spell lineup that Alex got. This may be worthwhile for us to bring in to stop him from hitting us with repeated Spirit Burners. 1 Grave of the Super Ancient Organism. This is a card you may recognize from the TCG, but it is also very good here in case Alex also goes for a Synchro strat. We have 1 more Psychic Tuning in case the Psychics are proving too invaluable and we want to focus more on those and less on synchros. And the last are ways for us to modulate our monsters. 1 more Mermaid Archer in case Alex is really hard on the 1900s. We've got 1 more Mistral. This is the level 2 tuner, which means it'll make it easier for us to go into 8s if we go for Assault Mode Activate. 1 Brain Golem because it's a tribute summonable and it's a 6. And 1 Kawakimeru Hydro Barrier, again in case Alex is big on 1900 beat sticks. This deck looks crazy. My synchro pulls were incredible. My main monster pool is pretty strong, and I'm hoping that's going to make up for the lack of spell and trap cards that I have to work with them. I'm looking forward to this episode, folks. Let's get to dueling.
You know what I love the most about Sealed Showdown? This hot pile of garbage can actually win a game. To me, that is just incredible. So this is what we were able to come up with for the 09 Tins episode, and oh boy, does this look like shit. So let's go ahead and get into it. My main plan is to sort of just cheat out big tribute summonable monsters, and hopefully that carries us most of the way. So we have 3 Armed Sea Hunter. This is just an 1800. We need some of these guys in here, but there are some actual important synergies with the fact that this is a water, which we'll get to a little bit later. We have 2 Armored Axon Kicker. This card is pretty strong, but we actually have some great advantages with this because we have Teleport, which Teleport says once per turn, if your opponent controls a monster and you do not, you can pay 800 life points, special summon a Psychic type monster from your hand. That applies to Axon Kicker, that applies to Master Gig, and that applies to Stormcaller as well. So this card is incredibly powerful in this episode. I'm sad we only pulled one of it. Then we have Botanical Girl. This is just a nice monster to get us into Gigantic Cephalotus, but it's also a water, which is relevant. Brain Golem's like maybe the biggest tribute summonable monster we have, so I'm happy we got this. Cursed Fig is nice because it's a water, but it also ices Robert's back row, so he's not going to be able to use them in battle, and that actually might give us an edge because that way we can still use ours. We have 3 Dupe Frog, it's a 2k defender, and it's also a water. The one aforementioned Cephalotus. 3 Hedgeguard, a 2100 defender that as a hand trap we can actually protect things in battle. We have a Hydro Barrier, which is a 1900 water. We have Master Gig, which is maybe the best card in our deck. It is 2 tributes, but it doesn't matter because if we get this on the field, it will start wreaking havoc. Mertilian Medusa is also quite good because it can make the attack of monsters 0. So even if we tribute summon this and Robert has a bigger monster, hypothetically, we can still get over it, assuming no back row is involved. Stormcaller is a 2300 attack 1 tribute with a pretty decent effect. You can put your opponent's monsters that are destroyed by battle with other psychic type monsters on top of their owner's decks instead. This essentially like blanks their draw a la Ryza or Phoenix Wing Windblast every single turn, which makes it difficult for them to find it out. We also have 2 Summon Reactor SK. I'm actually sad I didn't play this in the episode. I think it was Crimson Crisis, because this in tandem with Fake Explosion is actually quite good. We get a 2000 body continuously on the field. And yes, initially this isn't that great, but as long as we have the 1 reactor and we see Fake Explosion, then we're off to the races. I think the issue comes from if we have one without the other, then it's going to be a bit bricky. We also have 1 Sunlight Unicorn to try to search Spirit Burner. That's it for the monsters though. For the spells, Card Rotator is a great way to deal with opposing threats. Spirit Burner is exactly the same. Star Blast allows us to cheat one of our tribute monsters onto the field. Teleport allows us to do the same. Water Hazard is why I am happy I have so many waters in this deck, because once per turn you can special summon a level 4 lower water monster from your hand. You must control no monsters to activate and resolve this effect. So ideally what I'm trying to do here is that since I'm playing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tributes, I guess 7 if you count the reactors, but I sort of don't really count them, you can Water Hazard any of our monsters, which we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 targets for this, then sack it for one of the tributes. So it's a way to sort of bypass waiting a turn in order for us to get to one of those monsters. Then the traps, Fairy Wind's in here because it's pretty good against most of the cards in the format. 2 Fake Explosion to go with the Summon Reactors. We have a copy of Goes In Match, which I want to use as a last resort board wipe, but if we need to, we do. Half or Nothing's a great battle trick. Limit Impulse is another way for us to get our big dudes on the field. Miracle Locust is like a terrible battle trick, but it's good enough. Prideful Roar is actually a good battle trick, so we're playing it. 2 Slip of Fortune is actually quite good because it's a way to protect our monster, and let's say Robert used some sort of like 1 turn boosting effect. We can protect our monster, then comes back, and then we're actually able to kill him on the crackback with it. And 1 Trap Zone is our 41st card. Really tough for me to figure out what to cut. I kind of wanted to put Water Hazard down to 1, but at the same time, this helps us cheat our monsters into play, so I figured 41 is okay. The side deck consists of cards that we may or may not bring in. I have a small Blackwing package if I need more monsters. In the same tune, I have 2 Toon Magician with 2 Gemini Spark if we need more removal. Flip-Flop Frog is another water, and since we have 3 dupes, this actually allows us to have a bit of control over the game. Reptilian Scylla is another 1800, but also paired with Medusa, this card could be quite deadly. We have 2 Shiny Black Sea in case Robert's on a synchro strategy. We have 1 XX Saber Full Helm Knight. I want to play this in the main deck, but the problem is it's kind of dinky and it's sort of like just doesn't really mesh with what I'm trying to go for. So if I think otherwise after game 1, I can side him in. Brain Research Lab is sort of like Water Hazard, but for psychics, but there's less psychics this really works with, but I might consider siding this in as well. Depth Amulet's quite cool because it protects our monsters so we can tribute them next turn, even though it comes at the cost of discarding a card. And Stygian Dirge is our answer if Robert is on synchro strat, so we can just flip this and then he's never going to synchro anything. So this is going to be a clusterfuck. There really wasn't a way to take advantage of the synchro pool we had access to, but it's fine. I think it's going to be okay, and I can't wait to just drop all of these gigantic idiots on Robert to see his reaction. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. know, Robert, anytime we include the word tins into an episode of Sealed Showdown, boy, I'm sure that gets the audience real excited.
I don't know. The tin episodes are always, like, interesting. They're weird and wild. And I gotta say, I've been on a little bit of a losing streak recently. So, and you might say I have a king to slay tonight. So I am wearing my King Slayer tank top to fit with the weather that we have over here in Portland.
Excellent. Well, hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully I keep the win streak going because, you know, I like being in this position. It seems pretty good. Let's shout out the patron, Ju Young Kang. Thank you for the support. Let's see if we start off with a nice rock, paper, scissors.
Dub? Ah, no. Yeah,
you were hyping up before we started recording that, Alex, I have a die. I'm going to roll the die, and that's going to help me win.
I should have tried to mind game your dice. I should have known that RNG is never in my favor.
I just noticed you have 11 cards in your extra deck.
Don't worry about it, buddy.
Yeah. Honestly, it's a 10 episode. I'm not that concerned, but still 11 is much greater than 4. All right, best of luck, sir. My opening move will consist of 1, 2, 3, 4 face down cards. Be my guest.
I am shocked and appalled that you would set that much, Alex. So shocked and appalled that I am not going to do the same thing. I am going to try to be spicy about it. I'm going to normal summon a Kawaki Meru Sea
You
Panther.
and the fucking Kawaki Meru.
Me and the Kawaki.
Yeah,
hey, they
fine.
all say 1900 on them, so I'll take them. I'm going to attack in.
Yeah, well, they all still lose to Dupe Frog, so take
I mean,
your
100. You gotta try for it. Main 2, I am going to set 1, and I am going to set 2, and I will, during the end phase, reveal a Kawaki Meru Hydro Barrier.
Ooh, have the water Hydro Barrier for the reveal. Okay, all right, sounds good. I don't think it'll matter when I sack this Dupe Frog for Brain Golem.
That's a big boy.
He's like Summon Skull, but actually he's a lot better than Summon Skull. Take that. Do you have any response to the summon? I was jumping the gun.
I'm trying to decide if I have anything here. No, I am.
Oh, thank God, he doesn't have the fucking laser. All right, let's get in.
I'm gonna have to let this one go. I will take the 600.
All right, and that'll be it for me, buddy. Go ahead.
All right, let's draw for turn. See what I get. That's all right. Not the best, not the worst. I am going to set a monster, and I'm going to pass.
I was about to say, Brain Golem probably does not make things easy for you. We'll go to main 1. I will run out Gigantic Cephalotus.
That's a little bit of a problem, yeah.
Brain Golem in.
I am going to let that through. It is a flip-flop frog, and I will send it back.
Yeah, that's fine. Cephalotus for 1850.
I'll take 1850.
And that's all for me. Go ahead.
All right, let's draw for turn. Oh, wouldn't you know it? It is another Kawaki Meru Sea Panther.
God, that's annoying. Yeah. Sure.
Let's go to battle. I'll attack into the Cephalotus.
I've got Slip of Fortune for this.
Okay, that makes sense. And is also a little bit annoying. Main phase 2, I don't have anything else. We're going to reveal the Hydro Barrier, and I'll let you go.
Okay, stand by. The Cephalotus returns. I'm having a newfound respect for Slip of Fortune and Sealed. I gotta be honest. This card's actually quite good.
It's a pretty darn good card.
Let's sack for Brain Golem again.
There it is again.
Try go for 6.
Man, this is brutality. Could I do...
Brain Golem has to be like one of, if not the biggest tribute summonable monster we've had in like 50 episodes of this series.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I think I have to let that go again. I'll take the 600 again.
It's no Fortune Lady Earth, though, who keeps getting bigger, but I'll pass the turn.
I am very glad for that. Oh, that's a good one. That's great. Okay, we are going to set a monster, and I will pass.
All right, we'll draw. How much fun do I feel like having? Yeah, I'm down. Let's activate Limit Impulse. I'm going to discard Water Hazard and summon Reactor SK.
Oh, you're on the summon reactor? All right, let's go.
All right, we'll get our tokens.
Okay.
And then we'll sack one of them for Stormcaller.
That's a guy, yep.
Battle Stormcaller in here.
Okay, I think I have to play to try and win and not play not to lose here. I'm going to activate half or nothing.
Okay, so if I do decide to have the attacks, the attack will still go through. I'm gonna guess. You know, this may shock you. I'm gonna guess that even if I do half, the monster's probably still not gonna connect here.
I don't know what you're talking about, buddy.
1150. I know you have the freaking hydro barrier, so like, yeah, I'll just end the battle phase. That's fine.
Okay, fair enough. Makes sense.
Okay, and then I will just pass because that was the end of my battle phase. Go ahead.
Okay. Draw for turn. Oh, best card in my deck right there. I am going to normal summon a new dude here. I am going to summon Armed Sea Hunter.
Okay, sure.
And let's try to clear the token.
I don't know why you're afraid of the token. You think I have more tribute summon dudes?
Never. You have never in the history of 5Ds just had more tribute dudes. Mr.
We'll
Double
go to battle.
Gap.
I guess I'd rather give you back the Armed Sea Hunter potentially, because like that doesn't do anything. Your set could potentially be something that disrupts the board if it's like another flip-flop frog, right? I don't really want to give you that back. Let's do this. Let's try Stormcaller into Sea Hunter.
Okay, I will take 500.
And I will put, it's other psychic
It
types.
is other psychics.
Oh, damn,
Much as I would love it if you
Yeah.
took that damage, it is only other psychics. And it's a dupe frog, which I will use.
I thought that it was going to be better, but sadly that is not the case. So you're going to get the flip-flop frog. That's perfectly fine. Second main, I will just throw it back to you.
Okay, draw for turn.
I'm just going to say, they could have had Stormcaller apply to itself, and it would still be like just as unplayable by modern standards. But in sealed, it would be nuts.
They just had this period of time where they would just add restrictions to cards for literally no reason, like actually zero reason. I have to set a monster and set a back row, and I'll pass.
Okay, so it's like flip-flop and maybe some other battle trick. I'll just go to battle. We'll go Brain Golem in.
It is the flip-flop. Deciding what I want to target here, because Brain Golem is obviously the biggest asshole on the board, and that can matter. But I'm about to take 2,300 points of damage if I don't, so I will send back the Stormcaller.
I think that is the correct call. Second main, I have a back row, and back to you.
Okay. Draw for turn. Oh my god, that is the best draw in my deck.
I really hope you're being facetious.
I am not being the slightest bit facetious. I am going to normal summon Blackwing Sirocco the Dawn.
Oh god, here comes the Bora, the Bora. That's fine.
Buddy, it's not Bora. I'm going to go to battle phase, and I'm going to attack it to Brain Golem. Do you have a response before damage step?
Well, this is a problem. Yeah, I've got half or nothing, just like you did.
I will choose to not continue the battle.
You sure, buddy? You're almost there if you have.
Your go.
See, the problem is this doesn't exactly solve the fact that you have Kalut in hand. However, Spirit Burner does, so I will use it to switch Sirocco sideways.
Of course. Yeah, that's fine.
We never saw this in the episode where it was like the best card in
the
the
we
set,
didn't.
funny enough. We'll just hit in.
There it goes. All right.
Okay. Wish I could like actually close out the game here, but it seems like that's just not happening. So I'll just set another one.
All right. Draw for turn. Oh, that would have been so good. Okay. What do we do here? Ooh.
So I know you have Kalut Hydro Barrier
Interesting.
now, and two other cards I don't know. Oh, buddy, stop looking at that extra deck. That's the last thing I need.
Does that work? No, that one doesn't work, but the other thing may. I am going to, you didn't normal summon last turn. The chances that you top deck into a monster are pretty high, but again, I think I have to be playing to win, not playing not to lose. So I'm going to normal summon myself a double X Saber Full Helm Knight, and I am going to pass on that.
You pulled him again, huh? You pulled him again.
He's my mascot, what can I say?
Yeah, he's not bad. Main one, This is annoying. I'll go to battle. Let's hit.
I'll declare.
So he's used up. Sadly, I can't capitalize. I need to think here in main 2. So what can you do? If you drop a 4, you can go into a 7. I'm going to set 1, and I'll throw to you.
Okie dokie. Oh, that's a pretty good one. Buddy, you got rid of one of my big Blackwing bosses, but how about the second
Elfin.
Blackwing
Yep,
Elfin
there he
the
is.
Raven? And we are going to declare a targeting Brain Golem.
He's going sideways.
And let's go into battle and attack.
We'll slip of fortune again.
Okie dokie.
Okay, out of here.
All you.
This doesn't solve the issue of you still having Kalut, but we'll have to address that at some point. So
Who
Brain
says
Golem
I
comes
have
back in standby.
Kalut?
I mean, you could just be bluffing, like in all honesty. It's very likely that that could be the case. But main 1, I don't think I really care, so I'm going to sack Hedgeguard for Reptilian Medusa.
Yep, that is fine.
We're going to use the Medusa. I'm going to pitch out the Stormcaller and make Elfin 0. Yeah, nice Kalut, buddy. Reptilian Medusa.
Well, this was never going to work. It's all you. God damn it. Buddy, you just always have the answer. You just always have the answer.
guess.
What is this?
I guess Kalut's my mascot, buddy. That's why he was never going to betray me. That's all I'm going to say.
I think the thing that hasn't been betraying you is you drawing into exactly the tribute summon monster you need every time we duel.
That's true.
All right.
Brain Golem's a hell of a card,
It's
I gotta
a
say.
pretty darn good one. I'll draw for turn. Main phase 1, I am going to V set and pass.
All right. Expected nothing less. I'll draw. I could have quite a lot of fun right now. And honestly, I'm sort of for it because I just kind of want to blow you out. So I am going to activate Star Blast.
Okay, interesting.
I am going to reveal Master Gig.
Not
and pay
this
2,000
fucker
life points.
again!
And I will normal summon Master Gig to the field since he is now level 4.
What do I do against this guy? Oh!
I'll pay 1,000 life points. Let's get that set
It's
monster
a
out of here.
hydro
You don't need
barrier.
that, buddy. Oh, see, you didn't need a hydro barrier. Let's just smack
I'll
you for
take 26.
All right, and I'll just set one and pass. I'm feeling pretty good about this game,
Oh
buddy. I'm
my
feeling pretty
god. Draw for turn. That won't do it. Let's set a monster and pass, I guess.
This is literally the best monster ever printed. All right, main 1. We're doing it again, buddy. Pay 1,000. Get him out of here.
Frog.
Excellent. Now, unfortunately, I don't have any good follow-ups. I'll hit you for
I'll
26.
take 2,600.
I will set one and pass.
Draw
Go
for
ahead.
turn.
Defeat my Master Gig, you fool.
Main 1, I'll set 2 cards and pass.
Draw. Stand by main. Declare Master Gig.
There goes another flip-flop frog.
I will sack Hedgeguard for Brain Golem.
Of course, because why wouldn't you have that? We'll
25?
battle of the elements to live, I guess.
Okay, I mean, that does save you. So, okay, so the Brain Golem goes. 26. Okay, second main. I'll set one. Go ahead. I didn't even need to summon.
Protagonist powers.
I literally didn't even need to
Oh my god, what the hell am I supposed to do? Oh, jeez. I was so excited for this,
He's
Alex.
too good.
I was so excited for this episode. There was cool gameplay. I had an interesting strategy, and I lost to just being the first dude to normal summon the biggest asshole possible. I want a game 3 because I do have a cool strategy, and I want to see it work.
Sure, buddy. Sure, buddy. I'll give you the game 3. I'll appease you.
Oh my god, I had such a cool and interesting deck, Alex. How did this come down to you just one more time getting the bunkus? I'm gonna go first.
Must be a skill issue, buddy. Must be a skill issue.
God damn it.
Since we had to go to game 3 here and you said you had to sideboard, I imagine you're going to want to go first, so I will do the honors and make sure that you do. Okay. It's not going to matter. I'm just going to blow you out with Master
Oh,
King
I
again,
am
but, yeah, go ahead.
absolutely
Go
sure
ahead.
you will. Main phase 1. Ooh, I actually have things to do in this hand. Imagine that. Set a monster. Set a back row. And pass the turn.
He's like, ooh, I have things to do with this hand. I'm going to T-set and pass.
I mean, not everybody can open with Star Blast Master Gig.
Sunlight Unicorn.
Okay,
Is this
have
fine?
fun, yes.
Okay, Spirit Burn.
Oh,
damn it.
thank
All
you
right,
for
still
getting
move
rid
on.
of that for me. Much appreciated.
All right, there's no shot this works, but I'll try
It
anyway.
is a Blackwing Mistral, the Silver Shield.
Well, I don't take damage.
True.
I guess that's nice. I'll set 3 and pass.
Wow,
Go ahead.
incredible. Let's draw for turn. Ooh, that's a pretty good one. Whatever. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Main 1, we're going to normal summon Armored Axon Kicker.
Okay, so you have your own Axon
I
Kicker.
do.
That's annoying. Sure.
Let's go to battle phase. Let's try for it.
Damage step.
Oh, God. Yep.
Miracle Locust.
Yep. I'll take my draw, I guess.
And you will take 600 while you're
I will
at it.
take no damage.
Oh, no damage. Sorry, Miracle Locust does no damage. I forget.
Hold up. Hold up. This is the most hilarious possible thing. During damage calculation, I'll discard the card that I just drew off the top, which is Hedge Guard.
Shut up. Are you serious? Literally top decks
Right
the
off
fucking Hedge
Oh, I
Guard.
don't want
my
to hear
God.
it, Star Blaster Master Gig. Your
I
go.
had them in my opening hand. It wasn't one card. Oh my God. Whatever. All right, I'll draw. Sunlight Unicorn. If I do not see a Spirit Burner off of this, there's no justice.
Oh, of course. Fucking. I mean, you still gotta summon a big enough dude, so.
I do, and honestly, I don't have a big enough dude. Damn it. I mean, I got the card at the very least, but I don't have anything to clear this fucking thing. Shit. Now what do we do? Well, I have the out when I have something big enough to kill your
You do. That's true.
It's a lot worse when you know about it, though, sadly. Let's see. How can I... God, there's just actually, like, nothing I can do, is there? All right, I will normal Armed Sea Hunter, and I will pass.
Sounds great, buddy. Let's draw for turn. Oh, I am so sad I don't have the graveyard to facilitate this card being in my hand. Let's normal summon ourselves a copy of Double X Saber Full Helm Knight.
That gives you Gotham's access.
It does give
it
me
not?
Gotham's access. And what I'm going to do with that is I'm actually going to equip your Sunlight Unicorn with Spirit Burner.
Have your own Spirit
And
Burner.
I
Sure.
will
Would you like
use it to shift it
change
to
the battle
defense.
position?
Yep. Well, let's
There
go
he
to
goes.
battle. I'm going to attack in with Full Helm Knight. Wish I had another Full Helm Knight in my graveyard for this one.
Got half or nothing for you.
Ooh. I think I take the half here because I can still run over Sunlight Unicorn. So I will take the, what is this? 1300 is 650, so 350.
650, you'll take 350 from
Okay,
this.
and then I'll attack over the Sunlight Unicorn and take a lot more.
Sure.
And then we'll use Armored Axon Kicker, and I'll bring back Mistral for my next trick. Bring back Mistral. Main phase 2, I am... Oh, this does go to the graveyard. I am going to Synchro Summon into the Man of the Hour, Double X Saber Gotham's. This card is nutty, by the way. This is a
He's big.
good guy.
He's very big.
And I will pass the turn on that.
Now I gotta figure out how to deal with this idiot, and that is not helping. Main 1. I'm gonna not really much point to do that. I'll just pass.
Okay, draw for turn. And because I can keep doing this, I am going to keep the train of Synchro Summons going here. Let me just make sure this will work. Yeah, that'll work. I will normal summon Kawakimeru Sea Panther. And I'll Synchro Summon into Blackwing Armed Wing.
Wow, you actually pulled the Armed Wing.
Yep.
That's sick.
Let's go to battle. I'll attack in with Gotham's.
Yeah, this is fine. So
Okay.
I'll take 13. Sea Hunter goes down, and I'll take 23
Alright.
from the Armed Wing.
It is your go.
Never punished. Okay. Yeah, that's not what I wanted, but it's fine. We'll bring out another Hunter.
Okay.
I will Spirit Burner the Armed Wing.
That is okay.
Shift him sideways. We'll get in here.
I'll let that go.
Good. And then second main, I have another set. Go ahead.
Okay, draw for turn. Gotham's be my guide, I guess. Yeah, let's try to push through some damage. I'm going to normal summon Full Helm Knight. Let's go to battle. I'll attack in with Gotham's.
I will activate Depth Amulet.
Ooh, okay.
I will pitch Hedge Guard and negate the attack.
Okay, main phase 2. I guess I'll just use Gotham's effect, discarding a card from your hand and tributing Full Helm Knight.
You fool. It was another
Hedge Guard! All right, I pass turn.
Instead of drawing, I'm going to put Spirit Burner back to my hand.
Interesting. Okay.
Main 1, I'm going to Spirit Burner Gotham's.
That is fine by me. 2 defense with him.
Battle.
Okay.
Hit.
Let's slip a fortune this.
Okay. I already put the Spirit Burner in the graveyard, so I just preempted that anyway. I'll pass.
Your predictive powers are unbelievable, Alex. Let's bring back our Gotham's. And I am willing to bet that that face-down trap card is a Miracle Locust, which will not help you in the face of an attack position Gotham's. Let's attack in.
It will not. I'll take the 13.
Main phase 2, I am going to set a monster and pass the turn.
I'm shocked that I was actually able to have something to even have a chance at killing Gotham's in the first place. I'll pass.
Draw for turn. That is unfortunate that will probably be game, because that would be very, very funny if that worked out the way I want it to. Let's go to battle phase and attack directly.
Depth Amulet.
All right, let's go. Your go.
We'll draw. Depth Amulet will go away after your next end phase. We are on turn 2. Your second end phase, excuse me. I'll just set and pass.
Draw for turn. Okay, show me the card that makes this hand as funny as possible. That's not it, but that is certainly something that could make my hand very funny. It won't do what I want it to do. Let's go to battle phase and I'll attack in.
It is Flip-Flop Frog, so I do get to get rid of Gotham's.
Do the extra with Gotham's. Main phase 2, I am going to set a back row, and it is your go.
Okay, so Depth Amulet's gone. I just have a back row and a pass back.
Draw for turn. Oh, that's unfortunate. I mean, it is unfortunate in that, like, I have to win in a more boring way. Let's normal summon Psychic Emperor.
Yeah, there he is.
And I will gain 500 because I have a Psychic in my grave.
You do.
And let's go to battle phase and attack in.
24.
Your go.
We'll draw. And you have got it. So like, it wasn't going to be as crazy of a blowout, potentially.
For sure.
So I'm glad we did the game 3. But damn, it was a lot funnier.
Okay. So, the thing I had, I had in my hand 2 copies of Sirocco. There were 2 cards under these circumstances that make this situation very funny. The first is Blackwing Gale the Whirlwind, because I pulled an Armor Master.
Wow. Holy crap.
The second would be Mistral the Silver Shield, because I have Red Dragon Archery in Assault Mode.
What the fuck? Holy shit. You actually had it.
Yep.
Wow. I mean, that would have just won you the game immediately.
It would have.
And you probably would have won the praise of the fans, too.
But unfortunately, I get all these cool things. Archlord Christia, Barbaros Ur, Red Dragon Archery in Assault Mode, and I just never get to do it.
Nope. All fall to the hands of Master
Just
Gig, the
normal
superior
summon
tribute
big
summonable
asshole.
monster.
Oh, God.
So, well, my strategy was I identified that the removal in the tins is just god-awful, and so I basically played almost every tribute summonable monster I pulled and played every single card that would allow me to play them as fast as humanly possible. So I, non-ironically, was playing Water Hazard.
I was too.
So, like, turn 1, I can, like, Water Hazard out, like, one of my, like, 10 waters and then just sack for a big idiot, basically. You saw in game 1, you saw the Lost Souls thing, the thing that like negs me tremendously. I had that. I had everything possible. I think I was playing like 6 or 7 tribute summonable monsters in my deck. I had teleport because I had like 3 psychics that I could have tributed into, or just special summoned off of teleport. That was the plan.
Yep.
And I mean, it worked.
It worked out
obviously.
great.
But we saw game 3. When you don't have the big dudes, the plan sort of falls apart. And so that's what I was really lacking. It was really sad I milled it off that unicorn because that would have at least given me something to do. But yeah, once you got Gothams out, it was just very difficult for me to come back.
For sure. Yeah, Gothams is crazy. It would have been crazier if I had gotten to summon the second one that I pulled.
Buddy! What?
It doesn't do you any good when you get Jack all for tribute summonables.
It doesn't, but it's, at the very least, it's very funny from the audience's perspective that you pull this insane and still lose somehow. Oh my god.
Because it really comes down to whether or not you can summon tribute summons. It's come up in every single one of the last few episodes that I just get either no tribute summons, which was true this time around, or no way to summon those, which was also true this time around. I didn't get the freaking trap card that negs you. I got Water Hazard, but that didn't end up coming up. I got very little back row. I think I got 1 half or nothing. I got no copies of Depth Amulet. I got 1 Trap Stun. I got 1 Miracle Locus. And I was like, okay, it'll be sick if I can summon some Synchros, and that's what I went with.
Yeah, that's true. And you did get to at the very least.
I did.
So, you know, at least you, in this third game anyway. So that's a lot of fun. I mean, I think I would have gone your route too if I had the Synchro package that you had, because this is insane. Like, how could you not try to go for this, especially in 5Ds, right?
For sure.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Playing with Dolce, Chaotic Meatball Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I ship MBT and Simo, Draconic Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Base, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT caught injecting his Fairy Lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, Aren't you glad I didn't say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and The Wandering Doomed are boyfriends, MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon, not reading cards makes the game interesting and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug, Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Flailing Inflatable, 2 men selling crudely painted not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.